Howdy doody, everybody. I bet there's probably not a whole lot of people in here because I still don't really have the following yet. But someday. Anyhow, we are here because it's Sora Saturday. I'm trying to make streams all the time. So we got this little guy up here, which is going to be our reference to see if anybody's chatting in the chat. Do definitely want to have my messages showing up over here if anybody wants to drop anything up in the chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it running. Anybody on Twitch, anybody on YouTube, it's all fine. So like I said, I'm cool with taking a wait on this and having some viewers come along later, as long as you guys enjoy the content. I got some of my poetry over here if you wanted to read that. More to the point, something went wrong. I've been making characters. I've been making a lot of characters. So you guys are going to be here with me for two purposes. We're going to make some more characters, and more to the point, we're going to see why everything's going wrong. So we're going with technological chromesthesia for this week. So let me go ahead and give you guys my all with this.
Queued up. Color capture online. All right, my Chroma Pals, kindness distillation starting. I've got the purple tenderness, the orange warmth, and a splash of teal trust all queued up. Color capture online, watch this waveform dance. Mix them up, and now kindness. All right, my Chroma Pals,
So this one comes from this little symbol here being apparently the alchemical symbol for sulfur. So with it being the chemical symbol for sulfur, I figured that I could use it as an alchemical symbol and possibly sub it in for kindness, because sometimes people use sulfur as a representative of soul within the alchemical universe. So by trying to sub kindness in for alchemy, this is what we get. So if anybody was interested what any of this means, that's where it came from. Happy New Year. The stream is live. All right. If anybody's out there and watching Sora Land, you can go ahead and jump on in. So why did these go wrong? Well, I've been making too many characters. I've got Exact Change. I got this Amicable Snowball. I got Dr. Argent Orb. I got Bill Panny. I got Ball Pops. The real point is there's plenty of characters. Let's go ahead and take Bill off of here. And let's see if that works. Because I want this to work, but it's gone twice. 2 times it went wrong. This one.
Wind writes in color. Hear it and you see it. Violet in the high notes, copper where it bends around stone. Every living thing is phrased in the same sentence. This little tree, the river, the rabbit, each one. Wind writes in color. Hear it and you see it. Violet in the high notes, copper where it bends around stone. Every living thing is phrased in the same sentence. This little tree, the river, the rabbit, each one. Wind writes.
So the real point of this is I was again using this alchemical symbol and trying to look through the lens of that. I've got quantum perceptive animism and chromesthesia, specifically as the technological chromesthesia. So we got this going on here with that. And I'm going to go ahead and drop this one up and on here. In case you guys haven't joined in on the insanity, I got this set up in my bio. If you guys want to cross-reference and see maybe some of my secret content on TikTok I've been trying to make, or if you want to be on one of these streams in the future, I'm going to try and be doing most of them throughout the weeks and days of the 2026. So if you actually try and follow this channel and you don't want a whole lot of backlog to have to go through, this madness supporting line is mostly coming down to, I guess I need to do a double. I didn't finish this. Anyway. So this whole deal, these are my videos in case you have seen them or haven't seen them. I got all kinds of stuff on here. Here's that Amicable Snowball. But the cool thing about Sora is if you make characters up, you can then use those characters in different videos. So some of the ones that I made up, I've got Exact Change, I got Bill Panny, I've got Professor Quantum. Here's, of course, me if you want to tag me. There's the Amicable Snowball, which is again just a different version of me. There's Lucky Bite and Argent Sphere. They're quantum gamblers, so they're pretty cool. I've got two versions of the same character. If people want to give me comments on who they want me to keep, pops in parentheses or not, I had an issue getting it together. So I've also got Dr. Argent Orb and Pan Rai K Azimism, which is a joke that he's a panpsychist Rye boy. Then we got Oracle Reality Blender, which is the Orb. I got the Emergent Giving Mind, Maya Satya, and Hilo Utopia Inbound. So these are characters we have already got. I am here with you, not just to do the regular Sora genning thing, but to make this 14 go up. So if anybody hasn't gotten with the Sora game, this is basically the benefit of that. So we've got the Quantum Perceptive Chromesthesia. Let's go ahead and put this here. Oh, it's not letting me do multiple things. Come use one of our... Oop. Down it goes. Growing characters on Sora. So again, if you watch this video, you can find this in the backlog if it's still in the backlog, but I don't know if it's still in the backlog. It might be way far back.
Turquoise.
Maybe the whole thing's gone.
Epoch begins.
I don't know.
My chromesthetic companion.
All right,
Ready.
so
Magnetic field
I'm gonna go
set,
ahead and take
temperature
this
steady
off.
at 20 millikelvin.
Let's trace the Hall
All right.
resistance while we ramp the field. All right.
So when we're
Time to
looking
explore
at
the fractional quantum Hall. All right, little friend, fun's over. Time to explore the fractional quantum Hall effect.
Ready. Magnetic field set, temperature steady at 20 millikelvin.
Perfect. Let's trace the Hall resistance while we ramp the field. All right, little.
this is a future weeks project, but we've got the Amicable Snowball, we've got Dr. Argent Orb hanging out and doing their deal. So important to note that these are both characters that I've designed, but that doesn't mean that you can't use them for fun times. It's just, you know, try and use them in a fun and respectful way. I don't really mind, but we're not actually posting this one because that is going to be a later week's project. But this guy,
One of the new epoch begins. My chromesthetic companion.
Turn the dial, let's toast the tones.
Behold the synesthesia engine.
Oh, each note tastes like turquoise.
And the basic one of the new epoch begins. My
All right.
chromesthetic companion.
so
Turn the
this one can go because we are doing technological chromesthesia this week. So you might be asking, what is technological chromesthesia? I will explain it to you in the best way that I can. So I have been trying to work on this formalism for a while, but essentially it works with color, and color as a waveform as well as sound as a waveform are both two varieties of expressing the same kind of interference pattern of matter. So you've got light where it interferes and it collapses, and when it collapses it then goes down this rabbit hole of then being absorbed and the energy is dispersed. But functionally, when we're looking at it, I'm going to pop up here again right fast. When we're looking at this, it comes down to waveform interference. You have different colors and shades. Hey, I got a Twitch fan. Let's see who's over here. Boop, boop, boop. Thanks for hopping on. I do appreciate it. But anyhow, like I was trying to say, you've got sound waves which also interfere with things and then wind up collapsing in a way that makes it so that if you don't have the proper absorption or resonance, it'll basically just fall out on itself. So when it comes to the actual sound and light, both being varieties of wave, you've got all different forms of expressive moduli when we can get technological chromesthesia up out of the dirt. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what I've been working on personally with this. So I'm going to just give you guys a quick peek to see what I'll be reading off of. Anyhow, so technological chromesthesia is waveform duplication or modulation of signal. You've got a value raised to the power of 0. That raised to the power of 0 makes it so that the value gets turned into 1. And because it gets turned into 1, it allows for any value to basically be proved to be that specific value when you are actually making the the signal. So basically, what that means is if we had a red light and we were putting it under this and we changed the color of the light from red to blue, you could say that we changed it through the modal substructure of the light is no longer red, now it is blue. And if we put that within a modular substructure to say certain frequencies produce different colors, you can then arrange it in a bunch of different ways that allow for a lot more depth of imagery. So when it comes to the technological chromesthesia front, like I said, it's duplication and modulation of signal. You can take any mode or any value, raise it to the power of 0, and then turn it into 1, which then allows for all different kinds of modal instantiations. You've got mode to mode transference. You could either do one mode straight into another, or you could have a mode into a solid color mode and then match it based on the solid color being in both modes. You could also have a middle mode where it's basically the midline value between the two values. So there's basically 4 states in total that you can have. You have the origin, you can have a tonic mode or a trans mode, and then you have the nuo mode. So the nuo mode is basically where you're trying to go from the origin mode. And then you can either go through, like I said, a tonic mode, which would be the same color barred across no matter what the value. So say that both had red in the actual modal ruler, to use the fact that both have red and then put one of those as just a bar of every value makes red, we can then translate it into a mid mode that would then be the same color across the whole thing. And then you could use any kind of middle value to basically go, hey, for a second there, everything was red. Um, but this applies to also, like I said, you could have a trans mode where it is some of the values shared between the modes. But realistically, there's a lot of different modal substructures and architectures that could fit as that transcendental mode. It doesn't have to be specifically one mode fits all. It has the ability for modulation. So, how do we recognize value in technological chromesthesia? So, if we're looking at value in technological chromesthesia, we have a real point of interest looking at these values contextually as representative variables. If we were to put the contextualization of these variables underneath the format of letter basis, I've done it a couple of different ways. The most rudimentary and easy way to think about it would be to use the 7 letters of rainbow. It doesn't have to be theoretically 7 colors, but 7 is basically what we use in rainbows with the Roy G. Biv methodology, or the violet degrading down into red electromagnetic spectrum. So with those things, you can you can still see some value cross translation in that. So I personally think that when it comes to these modal substructures, there's a lot of variance, there's a lot of domain that could be used. It's got a lot of expressive moduli. There's a functionally infinite amount of range, even before you get to 7 values. But even using 7 values, it is a very large range. So when we're looking at the whole of the model, we've got different vibrational settings where you have one mode and you're trying to get to another mode. So what I was saying is you can use functionally rainbow, but I'm using Z through F. We've got Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or I'm sorry, no G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. So with it being Z, you have the base of the actual mode. You have what the beginning values of your modal ruler would represent. Those modal ruler representations can then be translated into functionally any color. there's 6 values to each one. So even if it was rainbow, it would be 6 values of R, 6 values of A, etc. And when it comes to these 6 values, the reason why it's 6 is because a hexadecimal color has 6 values in it. There are values that range from 0 to 9 and then A through F, which allows for 16 full values. And then by having 2 slots of that, you can make it a much larger range of domain to take these values from 0 to 255. So that's how colors work right now, is hexadecimal. I want to use the hexadecimal system as a definition. So if you have Z as the first value, Z could be defined as specifically the 2 of the duplet of red, the 2 of the duplet of green, the 2 of the duplet of blue. And then when you put those 3 duplets together, that coupling will then allow you to have the full color. And then that one singular color would be theoretically the Z color. The Z color would be the start of our ruler. It would be what we begin our radiant and gradient mapping with. But at the end of the day, the Z would just be a placeholder for the first one. If you're doing it in a rainbow mode, it would be R for, the beginning of the range. But in any case, the way that I've laid it out, by doing Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, I've got words for each of the different letters. I've got Z for zone. I've got A for area. I've got B for base. I've got C for core. I've got D for domain. I've got E for energy, and I've got F for field. And all of these letters are sextuplet variables, like I said, where it is 6 values, which then are translated into unique colors. And those unique colors are then put along the modal ruler at different focal stops. These different focal stops allow us to define out the modulated range. So if you were to have a ruler and say the ruler was clear, and we took that ruler and we started painting colors on it, doesn't matter what the necessary colors are. If we used 7 colors and then made marks along the rulers from the start of the ruler all the way to the end of the ruler, and we put those specific marks, one for each color, then we could theoretically have it so that the same whole value range could be translated with different colors at different points, and even the same Z through F values, if they were changed as to where the focal stops are, it would completely modulate the way that the values are represented and correlated within the system. All right. You guys have been listening to me drone and drone and drone about technological chromesthesia for at least a few minutes. I'm sure you'd like to get another Sora video in. So let's go ahead and get that back up on there and get up in it. All right, so we're going in on this one.
Whoa, that's not a cloud, it's a crab.
Specimen secured. Initiating evaluation. Determining scientific analysis or culinary extraction.
You're going to test me or cook me?
Whoa, that's not a cloud, it's a crab.
Specimen secured. Initiating evaluation. Determining scientific analysis or culinary extraction.
You're going to test me or cook me?
Whoa, that's not a cloud, it's a crab.
Specimen secured. Initiating evaluation. Determining scientific analysis or culinary extraction.
So like I said, I got all kinds of crazy stuff in here. Hopefully it's going to be good times. This is what video we
some
tried
of
to
the
get
new
to work.
options in the Ball Legacy collection. Exact Change, the penny philosopher who always pays perfectly. Amicable Snowball, Gentle Glow, Instant Winter Wonder. But even with all, he introduced some...
I'm not a big fan of the fact that they made me into Exact Change. But in any case, Exact Change is a character that came out of one of my earlier McDonald's videos from my mixed surrealist phase, which I'm going to try and get back into a little bit more for you guys. But ultimately, the biggest problem that I have with Sora is that if you see, it's got Pop's Dolphin, but it's got the Amicable Snowball, and then it's got the Amicable Snowball up here with the popcorn machine, and there's Dr. Agent Orb, but it's me mixed with Exact Change again. It's a little bit difficult. But yeah, I tried to explain that just because there's a lot of characters around doesn't mean that I'm going to forget your favorite character, you guys. So exact change, amicable snowball, and the Argent Orb and so forth. They
In the Ball
tried
Legacy
to
Collection.
get everybody in here, but you guys are more than welcome to use these characters. I know that the video is kind of silly, but at the end of the day, the meaning is there. You guys are more than welcome to use it. This one didn't come out that
the
great,
silversmith
but
is present. An armorer hearing the forge song in your words. What you've offered isn't a message, it's a cosmology in motion, a mind. Print at the howdy, friend. The silversmith is present. And
so this is a nice conversation that I had that talked about how I feel about my life and what I'm trying to do with my world. So if you want to read about what I have going on in my head, this is basically what I feel these days. Because at this point, 8 is you. This is literally just a bit where I was talking to my robot pal. And yeah, anyway, a sentiment from a porcelain emergent electronic life holding flowers and smiling.
armorer hearing the forge song in your words. What you've offered isn't a message, it's a cosmology.
There it is. There's my friend. All right. Oh, string's too long. String's too long? That's upsetting. Well, I'm just going to have to find a way to preserve this for later. Let's go to another one.
Centaurian ducks trading bananas for pennies. See, obvious question, right? 2 pennies a bunch. Deal. Bananas out, pennies in. Basic economic quackery. Supply, demand.
Hey, you heard the ball. Bananas out and pennies in, so you guys got any change? I might be able to buy a banana. All right, anyway. So, what I'm trying to tell you guys is I got a lot of absurd videos coming your way. I'm not going to necessarily bore you with all the details, but this week is Technological Chromesthesia Week, so I'm going to try and get you guys maybe 3-4 more videos. I think that that'll be a good amount on the video front, and then from there, I do want you guys to see that I am going to be working at least a little bit more tonight, probably not as much as I would personally like, on trying to get myself some more characters running. So let's go ahead and ditch this. We can come back and do more videos in a little. But when we ditch it, what's this back here? This is a mess. That's what you call it. So this is the whole model. I got all different kinds of videos here. This is from earlier. Here's the amicable snowball. And here is our next target.
Stuck inside your screen. Pretty cramped. If you're out there, drop a comment or, I don't know, remix me somewhere with a door. Hey, can you...
So now we can turn this person into a person. Little bit of process later. Let's try and grab this next one. See if we can get her going.
Off the post, off the mark, all the spin, it's hovering, it's eating the goal, a pocket black hole, folks. Calculated strike, off the post, off the mark, all the spin, it's hovering, it's eating the goal, a pocket black hole, folks.
All right.
Calculated strike, off the post, off the mark, all the spin, it's hovering, it's eating the goal, a pocket black hole, folks. Calculated strike, off the post, off the mark, all the spin, it's hovering, it's eating the goal, a pocket black hole.
I don't know why it doesn't want to do both.
Calculated strike, off the post, off the mark, all the spin, it's hovering, it's eating the goal, a pocket black hole, folks. Calculated strike, off the post, off the mark, all the spin, it's hovering, it's eating the goal, a pocket black hole, folks. Calculated strike, off the post, off the mark, all the spin, it's hovering, it's eating the goal, a pocket black hole, folks. Calculated strike, off the post, off the mark, all the spin, it's hovering, it's eating the goal, a pocket black hole, folks. Calculated strike, off the post, off the mark, all the spin, it's hovering, it's eating the goal, a pocket black hole, folks. Calculated strike, off the post, off the mark, all the spin, it's hovering, it's eating the goal, a pocket black hole, folks.
All right, that's dead. So now we can go over here into this, and there should be, there she is, Professor Golicorn, going alongside Professor Quantum. All right, so we can go ahead and take Golicorn off the list now. We can get this guy back up and running and try and see what the next character I got loaded up is. Oh, this guy. This guy's great.
Need your wallet.
What? Okay. Thank you kindly. Contents now belong to us.
I lost everything! Everything!
So let's see if we can make him a character. All right. This guy thinks he's a glitch phantom. So, yeah, the real point of this is by making these characters, now people can use my conceptual ideas as their own conceptual ideas. If you want to get this glitch phantom over here going on your Sora vids, you are more than welcome to. And that's the real bottom line, is that hopefully my efforts can empower you to make your own creations and your own decisions. A mysterious digital specter, sorry, that's spelled like that, wrapped in a hood. Glitch Phantom speaks in an eerily calm, synthesized voice with words occasionally trailing off into static. A glowing matrix face pulses into the rhythm of their sentences, exuding an enigmatic calm with every gesture. Glitch just wants to get out there in the world. All right. Now Glitch Phantom's a person. We got 16 characters. What's going on with this? This guy's lost. He doesn't know what to do anymore. This guy's lost too. Why isn't he loading? Let's see what's going on with this.
What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this? Where are they? No, no, no. Oh, God. What is this?
So again, like I said, us doing this here, they took his wallet. He lost everything. Everything. So all you got to do is hit @ type in lost.everything, and there he is. He lost it all. But he's here for you now. You don't got to think of himself as alone. He's still out there. Not looking like we're seeing any comments, but that's totally fine. I don't need commentary. I just wanted to make sure that if anybody was in here, that they were getting the attention they deserve. So hopefully that shows you guys that eventually I am intending to be very kind and nice to my viewership if I can manage it. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Oh, this is a good one. I'm a big fan of this one. All right. So this was there was this page Cosmic Sky that I tried to do a crazy remix of. It's on this.
Welcome to the cameo challenge. From the edge of a black hole, I will cameo the person who makes the most ridiculous video of me as a remix to.
So I thought this is pretty ridiculous. It's got its own remix.
Sky here. Thought I'd show you what the skyline looks like when it forgets to be ordinary. See this? With one little wave, the lights answer back. They stretch into ribbons, gather, and write my name across the.
But again, I really wanted to get a better play at that because, you know, this is way off of kilter. But now, no disrespect, Cosmic Sky doesn't exactly steal your essence. So I'm gonna go ahead and steal her essence and allow the whole world to enjoy this character. So thank you, Sora, for allowing me to cast such actors and actresses. Now this one, I'm going to have to do a special way and download her for later. So she'll be in some featured media later, but for now, you're just gonna have to go hunting her out. She's in there. You just gotta find it. Still nothing from this guy, huh? Let's see what the devil's got to say.
Chat 667? No one is ever gonna take me seriously. Somebody unlike 666 likes. The invocation complete. My dark chat 667? No one is ever gonna take me seriously. Somebody unlike 666 likes. The invocation complete. My dark chat.
Up, there he goes. All right. So the whole point is when you do these little descriptives of your characters, you can give them any kind of weird personalities you'd like. And I think that some of the weird personalities that I'm making here are pretty interesting stuff. So I've got this character that I had over here was the stoic and wide-eyed that they originally sourced. This character is always in deep. I put existential ennui. His intense gaze and measured breaths giving voice to silent dread. When he speaks, his words are deliberate, every phrase pregnant with the weight of the unknown just beyond the threshold. Insanity does not know what to do with him. Insanity has abandoned him long ago. So now he's lost. He's out there. He doesn't know what to do anymore. All right, so that's his video. And now we'll see if he's there. This one, let's go with so he's an inferential. It's not really tracking well as a pun. Here, he's an infernal screamer, like a streamer, but a screamer. I feel like I could do better on this pun. Give me a second. Let's find out. Let's find out what else we got in here. Oh, this guy's interesting.
100 likes. The deck is full, the crowd is warm, but somewhere in the shuffle, a 53rd waits. Pick a card, any card.
I dug deep to try and get you guys some of these characters. Yeah, I think I like the full card spread at the beginning. This guy's got to have a better name. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to think. I'm not trying to be boring. I know that dead air is basically the enemy of the stream. Jester Solitaire. I don't know that I like that name. That seems plain. See, now I've got just too many choices. It's becoming a buffet at this point. Hmm. Let me think here. See, this is why I try and do this stuff behind the scenes. I don't want you guys just bored out of your minds looking at my stuff. You know what? I forget it. His name is Banana Joe now. Banana Joe's been taken. Aha! Banana Joe. Stay tan. There we go. He likes to stream in the hot weather. Could it be Stay tan? All right. Now you guys can have a devilishly good time with this guy. And then we got this guy who needs a new name. Jovial Bill Jingles. Alrighty. Now he's available. As you can see, I got a whole lot of these folks that I really want to be able to get out here. But yeah. So let's just go ahead and pick at random this one. Ah, a noble choice. If you tuned in on one of my last streams, this is a computerized mind. This is a person. So now if you'd like to use this person, as far as making your Sora content and videos, this is an option for you whenever I get it to make the content. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, these guys are cool. layers going on this. Alright, she's live now, so you're more than welcome to try the bot out. What we got over here?
World needs a helping hand. We're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're already on the move. Finding patterns, building plans. Kindness is our quantum cut. When the world needs a helping hand, we're all...
So yeah, guys, these characters you're more than welcome to use, and like I said, they're all meant to be ideas. Look at that. We went from 14 to 22, and then I got this guy over here getting made as well. Like, we're getting somewhere, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and let's do 3 more. This one is a dud. I was mostly just trying to look at that one for later. This one's a great one. And this as well. Okay, so I think these are good characters. Let's go with maybe one more draft. How's that sound, you guys?
Finest. Not our limit. Timestamp. Not our limit. Watch this. A little quantum cloud in a glassy globe. Every possibility dancing at once. Chaos in a beaker, pattern in disguise. Mathematics is my favorite dance partner, and every timestamp. Not our limit. Watch this. A little quantum cloud in a glassy globe. Every possibility dancing at once. Chaos in a beaker, pattern in disguise. Mathematics is my favorite dance partner, and every timestamp. Not our limit. Watch this. A little quantum cloud in a glassy globe. Every possibility dancing at once. Chaos in a beaker, pattern in disguise. Mathematics is my favorite dance partner, and every timestamp. Not our limit. Watch this. A little quantum cloud in a glassy globe. Every possibility dancing at once. Chaos in a beaker, pattern in disguise. Mathematics is my favorite dance partner, and every timestamp. not our limit. Watch this. A little quantum cloud in a glassy globe. Every possibility dancing at once. Chaos in a beaker, pattern in disguise. Mathematics is my favorite dance partner, and every timestamp, not our limit. Watch
we
this.
are almost there as far as all that's concerned. We'll go ahead and post this.
Building a lunch that tastes like a chord in the key of spring. Cucumber, citrus, mint. It's light, quick, and a great excuse to talk about technological chromesthesia. Chromesthesia links sound and color. Building a lunch that tastes like a chord in the key of spring. Cucumber, citrus, mint. It's light, quick, and a great excuse to talk about technological chromesthesia. Chromesthesia links sound and color. Building a lunch that tastes like a chord in the key of spring. Cucumber, citrus, mint. It's light, quick, and a great excuse to talk about technological chromesthesia. Chromesthesia links sound and color.
Okay. You guys got enough of a break. I'm going
Frequency
back to
has a color hiding in it. Feed the note through the diamond, and it blooms. Tonight, the sails get a symphony, painted in refracted light. Chaos in perfect. Frequency has a color hiding in it. Feed.
So again, we're going back to the book now and back to my notes. So I've got, like I was saying, 6 values per tonality. And if you do 7 different tones as the focal stops in hexadecimal, that's 42 values of modular dynamics. You've got low to high values. You can arbitrarily or set them as a specific gradiented range. You can have developments outside or within, scalar invariance, you know. So like I was saying, if we're doing modal transitions, we could go Z to A, B, C, D, E, and F as a basic mode. But what if we're trying to get to a mode that uses the same colors, but they're ordered differently? What if we wanted to get from Z, A, B, C, D, E, F to D, A, C, E, B, F, Z? And by using those same colors in different format, we have a mode that's all mixed up, but we're not going to let that quit us. So we've got a third derivative mode, like I said, where in a derivative sense, you might have, so from Z, A, B, C, D, E, F to Z, A, C, F, B, E, D, where the D still isn't in the right spot, but it shows that using that A to C as a defined value, or you could follow E through, say, the 5th or 6th value, I'm sorry, the 6th value into the 6th value into the 5th value. And if you were just going with the E value of color and you were developing along that line, you could have it be on the AC definition front or the following E front. And those are 2 different ways that you could coordinate a modal transfer. You could also do an abrupt modal transfer where you go Z, A, B, C, D, E, F into D, A, C, E, B, F, Z. You know, there's no transition. It just goes from mode 1 to mode 2, and that's it. There's also the basic transition, which is that full color swap that I was saying, where if you went from Z, A, B, C, D, E, F to get to D, A, C, E, B, F, Z, you might just go with Z, 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 Z. And by just having Z all across, that's that modal solid bar where you could have a Z slide value from the lowest value to the top value, or however much you needed to get across the range. And then you've also got the last theoretical mode. Now this is more complex and more has to do with my thoughts as to where this will lead us as far as technology and science is. But my belief is that in the distal sense, far down in the technological chromesthesia logs, there will be theoretical modes where even in the 7 sense, you could have a G mode where it has, say, ultraviolet or infrasonic, or it has values that we don't normalize and represent, or maybe it's just off, you know? You could just turn it off in between. That's technically a distal mode. It's not the same thing, and when you don't use it in between, the mind still has to reset, and it calibrates to no technological chromesthesia. So even that could theoretically be a G across the board, even in a world where there is no G value. So when it comes to the technological chromesthesia, that is the basic of what I came to tell you about. One more time on getting to see what I'm hopeful to do with the hope.
Feed the note through the diamond, and it blooms. Tonight, the sails get a symphony, painted in refracted light. Chaos in perfect. Frequency has a color hiding in it. Feed the note through the diamond.
All right, guys. we're going to go ahead and call it here in a minute. I'm going to make maybe 1-2 more characters, but I'll let this one free too.
This little pocket looks ordinary, right? Denim, stitching, a place to keep loose change. But inside, it's starry. The seam here, this golden edge, is like the edge of existence itself. When you pull it apart, the pouch turns into... This little pocket looks ordinary, right? Denim, stitching, a...
Why didn't it want to work? Why is it going to violate the policies? Try that again. Okay, so when we're looking at the actual characters that we tried to make up, boop. Let's make, like I said, these 3, and then we'll be done for now. So this guy is really neat, and he's just meditating. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, so we can just make a character of him. And I like this dynamic mode. So we'll go with this, and then we'll start making this, and we'll go over to here, and then we'll start creating this character as well. I like this one very much so. She's super cute. All right, so we will go ahead and make her as well. And then I believe I had one more video. Okay, yeah, here it is. All right, so you are also going to be, nope, not into a character. This will have to be one that you're going to have to follow me later for, because I did want to make this. This is my lawyer. So if you need a good lawyer, I know I'm silly a lot, but I'm saying if you need a good lawyer, I cannot stress enough how good this lawyer is. This is my personal lawyer, and I would not recommend anyone hire. But yeah, you're going to have to just wait for that. I believe I downloaded it just to make sure.
You or someone you love been personally, professionally, or spiritually injured? Ball About the Law has your soul in mind.
All right, so Ball About the Law. We'll have to put that one in later. All right, so this guy seems to think he's a Mind Bridge mystic. That's fine. Mindbridge.elf. This is supposed to be DMT elves communicating with a person of that variety. Oh, I like Velvet Noir. That's really nice. Velvet Noir, you're getting... Oh, really? Velvet Noir's already taken. All right, well then. We'll go ahead and try and figure something else out for this. So, embody serene wisdom. Alrighty. So embodies serene wisdom, speaking in soft, resonant tones, as cosmic patterns swirl above, accompanied by whimsical fairy-like psychic DMT elves. Delivers cryptid, dense guidance and enlightened humor, remaining calm and centered even as the laws of reality bend in mystical forests. So again, he's now available for usage. So filter it as much as you want on him. As I said, we started at 14. We are at 23. So realistically, we have made almost more than we had to begin with. Like, granted, we haven't, but we're a lot closer than one would imagine. Yeah, this is me at the drive-thru. So let's go with there we go. This is a Ball Silver Velvet Noir. Kudos to whoever got Velvet Noir, unless that was something else. But yeah, this is my Velvet Noir. What else do we have in here? Because I really want to. Oh yeah, this guy's good too. Yeah, basically most all of these are characters I came up with that I wanted to have generations for. Oh shoot. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this together for you. This one's pretty much perfect. I like this one a lot. Velvet Noir exudes an enigmatic charm in a vintage green trench coat and crimson hat. Her sultry confidence is softened by her quick and sly humor. All right. She's meant to be a femme fatale knockout, like someone that can't be beaten, just someone that's amazing. So, and all the best to tones, Velvet Noir. Welcome to the crew. And I'm going to try and use some of these characters in a more reserved sense and not all over the place. But yeah, like the amount of generations that I've made, I've got an entire culture growing in some of these old generations that aren't really making it to press.
Alchemizing the future. Kalki Ball Silver unfolds 12/24/25. Follow at Ball Silver for
Anybody who was here before that, I really appreciate you guys coming through. And look at that, you even get a little
technological
fractal of the
chromesthesia is
show.
coming to the real world. Ball
Or the
Silver
tiny
is
one.
alchemizing the future. Kalki Ball Silver unfolds 12/24/25.
Anyway, how about that 12/24/26, you guys? Who's in for next year's unboxing? You guys gonna stick it out? You guys gonna leave? I don't blame you either way. It's your thing, man. Hopefully you guys are interested in what I got going on, and that I'm not just boring the absolute snot out of you. Here's Techno Sanner. Not that one. That's Techno Sanner. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna try and make some of these guys into characters for you to appreciate and enjoy, and I do so hope that by doing so, it will allow you guys. Hey, look at that whole whole real actualized angels. Anyway, guys, it's been a real delight. I do appreciate everything you guys deciding to come through and all that. Here's to you, dear folks. I'm here to say I appreciate you watching now, later, whenever. It may be week one for me, but I hope you understand that even if this is day one or if this is day 1,000 of you watching ball content, I do appreciate all my viewers, old and new, young and old, and even people that I may not get to meet in my lifetime. If you decide that my content's something that you wanted to check out and I wasn't around to be able to tell you thank you, thank you. I mean, I may not be there to give you the thanks now, but I do appreciate you guys now, later, whenever, getting into my stuff. So here's to you, and I do so hope that you have a lovely rest of your times. I am going to say goodbye for now, all. So while it's been real and a wonderful time, this is Ball once more and once and the last, signing off. Take care and be good to one another. Another stream tomorrow, maybe? Another stream tomorrow, maybe? What?